Unseeded this robot, but showing a lot of potential. It's a heavyweight robot. It's shaped like a kind of domed wedge, powered by a 12-volt nickel-cadmium battery pack, armoured in aluminium. It's armed with a 15-centimetre titanium ramming spike. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. Definitely in with a chance of surprising everyone, this robot, unseeded today. It's a middleweight robot. It's a sort of box wedge-shaped robot with all the advantages of a wedge for tipping opponents over. A 12-volt nickel-cadmium battery pack gives this robot all the power it needs. Armoured in Kevlar, it's armed with a huge 22 tons of crushing power from those jaws of life. Costs an absolute fortune to build this robot. Let's hope it was worth it for them. Unseeded in this competition, but could have a few surprises up its sleeve. It's a heavyweight category robot. It's a wedge-shaped robot, a very popular shape, allowing them to drive in under other robots. Powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery. Armoured in steel and very resilient to being cut or burnt. It's armed with a pneumatic drill with a hardened steel drill bit, can drill away at around about 180 RPM, causing internal and external damage. This is one of the most expensive robots we have competing today. Nothing was too good for this team. A serious robot with a silly string gun. The flamers on the arena walls can be a great danger if a robot's flammable at all. They can give them a nasty shock even if they aren't too. The arena flipper, a great way to finish a fight if someone's immobilised. Throw them up in the air and watch them crash to the ground. That's the pit. Don't want to be going in there too soon. They've got to look out for the blasts of fire from those flame grills. They can do a surprising amount of damage. You don't want to get too close to the corner patrol zones. Once you're in there, it's more pain than you can handle. 3, 2, 1. Activate. I think the sergeant wants a taste of metal. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. The Kevlar armour giving it great protection though. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. The aluminium armour not much defence against this kind of attack. The drill can do considerable damage if it's allowed to get in. Oh, look out! Could be barbecued bot. Easy to punch through the aluminium armour with enough aggression behind it. The Kevlar taking out battering but holding it up. The armour holding out well against the charge. The aluminium should be able to protect it. Not too difficult to cut into the Kevlar armour with the right weapon. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! Their spike's been broken off! No serious damage apparent, but there are definitely battle scars. Unseeded this time, but no slouch. This robot could do well. It's a super heavyweight robot. A slightly unusual domed wedge shape to this robot. That's interesting. Relying on a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery for power. Armoured in heavy steel. It's armed with a custom-made carbon steel cutting disc, which the team claims will cut through almost anything. No expense spared on this robot. Let's hope the results live up to expectations, or someone's going to want a refund. And it even comes prepared for a power cut with those strong headlights. A bit of a disco diva with the flashing lights. This robot isn't seeded, but is well fancied in the pits. Could be the dark horse of the tournament. It's a super heavyweight category robot, powered by a 24-volt sealed lead-acid battery, armoured in polycarbonate. The team also say that a huge amount of money's been spent building this robot. Let's see how that helps in the arena then. This robot's unseeded, but could do better than everyone expects today. It's a heavyweight contender. This robot, one of the box wedge designs, a variation on the old favourite, as you can see. Powered by a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery. Armoured in light aluminium, it's armed with a lawnmower blade powered by a 2-stroke petrol engine. A relatively cheap robot, this one as well, showing you can still compete in Robot Wars on a budget. The flamers on the arena walls can be a great danger if a robot's flammable at all. They can give them a nasty shock even if they aren't too. The arena flipper comes into play when a robot's immobilised. A bit of extra insult to injury to be flipped around the arena. There is the pit of oblivion. Take care not to get too close, or it could be all over. Bursts of flame occasionally from the flame grills. They can toast a robot if they get stuck there. Watch out for the CPZs, otherwise you might come face to face with the house robots. 3, 2, 1, activate. Bash is ready and waiting, standing to attention with the flamethrower just itching to flame away. Onto the arena flipper they go, Are they ready to fly? Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? The cutting attack doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. The steel resisting the blade so far. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. Not easy to smash through that polycarbonate shell. Bits and pieces everywhere. You can melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. Trying to cut its way through the polycarbonate. It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. They can't right themselves. Something's wrong. It looks like they're out of the contest. The armour holding out well against the charge. Metal everywhere. And the crowd love it. I'm not sure how long the aluminium armour can hold up against this sort of impact. The polycarbonate, not such good defence against cutting attacks. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? And it's going to be tough getting through the bulletproof glass on there. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. The steel taking the punishment well so far. This has all the makings of a classic battle. The aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. The cutting attack, doing its best to get through the bulletproof glass. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Oh! They want more. Hey, I think they're dead already. Go on, leave them alone. The steel resisting the blade so far. The pit opening now in the arena floor. Maybe soon to be occupied by one of these robots. I'm not sure how long the aluminium armour can hold up. They better mind the... 3, 2, 1, activate. Matilda is hungry. Is she going to get a bite to eat? That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. The aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! Tremendous force behind that charge. You can see the huge dents the impact made. Nearly onto the flame grill. Look out! The blades grind in, but only superficial damage that time. This is classic Robot Wars. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. Not too hard to cut into the aluminium, but it's putting up a brave fight. The aluminium should be able to protect it. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. I'm not sure how long the aluminium armour can hold up against this sort of impact. The steel resisting the blades so far. Onto the arena flipper they go. Are they ready to fly? It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. Oh! They want more. Hey, I think they're dead already. Go on, leave them alone. The steel taking the punishment well so far. The steel armour giving it some defence against the attack. The steel armour quite resistant to the flame. Easy to punch through that aluminium armour with enough aggression behind it. Cease! The flamers on the arena walls can be a great danger if a robot's flammable at all. The arena flipper comes into play when a robot's immobilised. A bit of extra insult to injury to be flipped around the arena. 3, 2, 1, activate! Matilda invites you into play, games. Get rough for most robots though. That flipper's ready and waiting for its first victim. Not too hard to cut into the aluminium, but it's putting up a brave fight. Metal everywhere, and the crowd love it. Stab a puncture mark as the spike gets stuck in. Nothing serious though, I don't think. This has all the makings of a classic battle. Hard to make an impression on the polycarbonate, it's very tough. It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. This is what Robot Wars is all about. Carnage! The crowd are waiting for something to happen here. Immediately, it tries to slam down on it. A mighty clunk as it makes contact. But it's tougher than it looks. Only a few scratches this time. And it's going to be tough. Getting through the bullet-proof glass on there. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? My word! There's bits of robot all over the arena! That won't lift anything anymore. This is classic Robot Wars. It smashes in, but standing up fairly well to this battering. Not much damage this time. Have another go. So Killerhurtz won't be messed with. Better keep away from there. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. The aluminium shell, very flimsy protection against this onslaught. It's carnage, devastation. It's Robot Wars! Not easy to smash through that polycarbonate shell. Tough steel armour, making it harder to cut into, of course. Wouldn't like to be cleaning the debris from the arena later on. It's finding it hard to stand up to the slicing with just the aluminium armour. The pit opening now in the arena floor. Maybe soon to be occupied by one of these robots. The crowd are wondering what's happened here. This isn't what they came to see. They want maiming and slaughter. Hard to make an impression on the polycarbonate. The polycarbonate is very tough. And into the pit. Go the cease. They'd better mind the arena wall flamers. They can be very, very dangerous. The arena flipper, a great way to finish a fight if someone's immobilised. Throw them up in the air and watch them crash to the ground. That's the pit. Don't want to be going in there too soon. They've got to look out for the blasts of fire from those flame grills. They can do a surprising amount of damage. You don't want to get too close to the corner patrol zones. Once you're in there, it's more pain than you can handle. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Matilda is ready and waiting. On to the arena flipper they go. Are they ready to fly? The armour holding out well against the charge. I'm not sure how long the aluminium armour can hold up against this sort of impact. Nearly onto the flame grill, look out! And the flipper springs into action, throwing the robot into the air, and it lands with a crash. The steel taking the punishment well so far, getting a bit too close for cutting to those flame jets. The aluminium armour, not much defence against this kind of attack. Should take no time at all to get through the aluminium protection. The layer of steel over the robot's body, deflecting some of the damage. bits and pieces everywhere. You could melt them down, I suppose, and make a whole new robot out of them. The steel armour giving it some protection from the impact. Oh, look out! Could be barbecued bot! Their spike's been broken off! The drill thuds in, and I can see a hole! Only a small one, but it is getting through. Can the aluminium armour stand up to this? The armour holding out well against the charge. This has all the makings of a classic battle. Not enough to hurt, the spike not piercing it. Trying to charge right in now. Heading over to push and tip it if it can. Slamming in. You can see it starting to make an impression. They can't right themselves here. I'm afraid it's game over. On to the arena flipper they go. Are they ready to fly? Aluminium really not good enough to protect it against this onslaught. The flame not getting far against the steel shell. The aluminium holding out under the scorching. They'll be wishing the steel was even thicker on there, although it may be enough. Cease!